What's up, everyone? This is Tony with JRNYcrypto. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the current state of the crypto markets with this huge market crash we've experienced over the past couple of days. The dominoes are falling right now in the crypto space. A lot of companies right now are struggling. A lot of layoffs are happening. Prices of the entire crypto market is crashing. We're now under a 1 trillion crypto global market cap, which is just insane to me. So in this video, we are going to talk about a couple things happening right now, some things that could make the crypto space drop even further. So lots of panic in the space right now, but there is some bullish stuff at the same time. I do want to go over some news, what's going on in the space, my thoughts on this, and where I see things headed in the short to midterm. So before we get started, I do appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified for crypto and NFT videos. All right, everyone. So this is one of the worst crypto market crashes I've seen besides March 2020 for the COVID crash, and then crashing out of the peak bull run beginning of 2018. So this is looking pretty bad. It can get worse. There's speculation that Celsius is going to be getting liquidated. They're adding more and more collateral, though, to prevent this. So hopefully we're good. But if they do get liquidated, we could have a flash crash much lower than these current levels. And then other things could get triggered as well, like the collapse of Tether USDT, other things that could go wrong as well. There's a lot of speculation and fear in the space right now. It is good to be aware of these things, but at the same time, it is good to understand where crypto is and where it's going in the long term as well. If you are in the space, this is your first or second year in the crypto space, and you did get in during the last bull run, I would highly recommend sticking around in the space, continuing to learn, get educated. Personally, I'm dollar cost averaging no matter where the markets are. So I do want to talk about this and jump into the markets here. Currently, we have Bitcoin around $22,000 and Ethereum at $1,200. We still have $71 billion market cap for Tether USDT. BNB has dropped down to around $200. ADA around 50 cents right now, holding up better than some other coins because they do have some major upgrades and stuff coming. So things are looking pretty bad. Crypto global market cap is now under 1 trillion. Basically, we're back to these levels that we were at when the bull run actually started, beginning of 2021. So for those that did get in at some point during this bull market, you now have the opportunity to do dollar cost average at these lower levels that you didn't get to enter in before the bull market actually started picking up. So things can go down further, and I do want to talk about that. All these things going on here, why the dominoes are currently falling, and why this can get worse before it gets better, but why I'm also bullish on crypto for the long term. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue doing content, dollar cost averaging, like I have been since the beginning of 2017. I've been watching Bitcoin since it was $30 back in 2013. I wish I had actually purchased in and mined Bitcoin at that time. That's what I was looking into, is mining Bitcoin for passive income. I passed up on it though, because what Bitcoin was, all the fear around it and how it was associated with Silk Road and stuff. I didn't want to get involved at the time, but that was a major mistake. I had watched it go through 2 more cycles before I actually started dollar cost averaging, and definitely glad that I did start dollar cost averaging when I did. So things are looking really bad right now, but this is great opportunity for some out there as well. This is why I'm always talking about that entry and exit strategy, why that's so important to know where you want to be buying, and make sure you're always cashing out on the way up as well, having fiat reserves for these major market crashes. If you get bi-weekly paychecks, dollar cost averaging, setting a percentage aside for that, and buying the major dips, you can be very successful in the long term, which is why I always talk about having a very long-term approach in crypto. Anyone that has had a long-term approach that was dollar cost averaging through the last bear market, they're pretty much still in profit right now and doing good. So if you did enter the space during the bull markets, this could be a great opportunity for you. I recommend you don't let this defeat you and let this shake you out of the space. Bear markets are where you're going to get your best opportunities, and where you should actually be looking to dollar cost average when there is peak fear is usually when there's the best opportunities if you do get into the right projects. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice though. This is what I've personally done and been very successful with. So in times like this, you can also find great opportunities by switching from coin to coin. If you don't have cash fiat reserves to be buying into the markets and dollar cost averaging. For instance, I did post about this on Twitter. In the March 2020 crash, BNB dropped to $8, XRP dropped to 13 cents. It was a huge drop, and I was taking a major loss on XRP, but I sold all that XRP and acquired a good amount of BNB at that point when BNB was $8. As you can see at these current levels, that was a great move to make. I am still in massive profit on this, over 20x still, even during this current market crash. So that's why I say the long term is so important, and how you can actually trade from coin to coin or NFT to coin, depending on where the markets are. If you see better opportunities in another project, sometimes it's good to just take a loss, go into that project that you see doing continuing to build even through the bear market, that's doing relevant stuff that you think will do well when the bear market does return. So a lot of people are saying that the bear market is likely to return in Q4 of 2022. I think that's always a possibility, especially if regulations get cleared up and a lot of corporations do start buying in and actually stacking Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I do want to go over some stuff here. This is extremely bullish in my opinion as well, showing how great this current moment in time is for an opportunity to get a great entry point into the space. So Bitcoin is trading below its average cost basis for the first time since March 2020. That was that March 2020 crash. Basically, that was the best opportunity we had to buy at a major discounted price. We actually started in an uptrend after that point, and things just went into bull run. A lot of coins went up 10 to even 50x or more. So we can see here, every time it drops below this line here, it actually has been one of the best buying opportunities. It actually has only dropped to this point 4 times here since basically the bull run of 2013. So historically, the best time to be dollar cost averaging into crypto is when Bitcoin is trading below this average cost basis. And we haven't done this since March of 2020. So a great opportunity here. But of course, this can last for months to even a year or more, depending on where the markets are, what is happening in current events and stuff. But if you are dollar cost averaging, this is a great indicator, seeing as this has only been at this level under this line 4 times in Bitcoin history here. So that is amazing in my opinion. Personally, I am dollar cost averaging, especially on coins that I believe in that have major updates coming, like Ethereum with ETH2 major upgrades coming, and pretty much being the coin with the most utility in the space. Cardano ADA with major upgrades coming, and NFTs starting to take off on that. I will be doing a video on that coming up. Actually starting to buy into some Cardano NFTs. We will be attending the CNFT conference in Las Vegas later this year also. So this is a great opportunity for some out there that are looking to stay in the crypto space for the long term, which anyone that is getting into crypto should be looking at the crypto space for the long term. Anyone getting into crypto for the short term, thinking they're going to make huge gains in the short term, sometimes it does work out, but more likely than not, you're just going to get shaken out. You're going to lose all your money. You're going to be exit liquidity for all the whales that are exiting when the markets are up. And if you did get in during a bull market, this is actually the best time in the markets to actually start accumulating and get that good position, to position yourself for the next bull run, and then just be prepared when that next bull run comes and have that exit strategy where you are selling percentages of your holdings to fiat currency, and then you're able to buy major dips and stuff, have those fiat reserves, and just position yourself to be much better off in the space and be a much better trader. Be prepared for anything that comes your way in the space. That's how I approach this. It takes a lot of the stress out of it. I don't invest anything I can't afford to lose. So when major market crashes like this happen, I actually look at it as a good thing, and I actually acquire good positions that in the long term historically have always gone up. Just got to be careful of what altcoins you're buying. Most altcoins out there are very high risk. You also have to keep in mind in the short term, it's always possible to go lower. So something causing a lot of fear right now is risk of Celsius network getting liquidated, $500 million worth of Bitcoin that could get dumped on the markets if they do get liquidated. So their liquidation price almost got hit with the flash crash when Bitcoin touched around $20,000. They have been adding more and more collateral though to lower that liquidation price. and it has lowered to around $16,000 now, and it's stated that they have another 1,000 Bitcoin or so to add to that, lowering it even further. So I do think there was some manipulation here trying to trigger that liquidation, and that would dump the markets even further, triggering other liquidations and stuff, and really cause some other dominoes to start falling. If USDT were to collapse, that would probably be one of the worst things that could happen in this space right now. So I do think Celsius Network is in the clear, especially since they have so much collateral to back this up. Hopefully we get some good news over the next week, and we do start on a recovery. But how Celsius has handled this really isn't good, from what I'm seeing here in the comments from all of their holders and supporters. They also shut down withdrawals for crypto from their platform, which has put a lot of people in panic. Also, as soon as they open this up, it's going to be a flood of people trying to withdraw. If they can't actually fund those withdrawals, that's a big problem as well. So Celsius coin has actually gone up a lot also. This is actually up 150%, as you guys can see here, in the last 24 hours. So with all that panic, obviously it dropped a lot, as you guys can see the chart here. We go out to the 7-day. As soon as they cut off withdrawals from the platform, everyone is speculating collapse of the platform and basically the company going bankrupt. This dropped down to a low of around 15 cents. This morning, this skyrocketed with news of how they're handling this and everything. So this shot up from around 15 cents now to close to 70 cents. Pretty huge gain there if you did jump on that. So that's what I'm saying with opportunities in the space right now. While there's a lot of fear and most people are exiting the space, there's people here that are analyzing these things, making big moves, making huge profits in a short period of time, especially with people shorting and longing the markets also. So it's pretty interesting how much the crypto market is crashing right now, while we're getting a lot of great data being published also. For instance, breaking 80% of people are interested in buying Bitcoin and other digital assets for their retirement savings, IRA survey. And then we have, according to a survey by Bank of America, 91% of respondents plan to buy crypto in the next 6 months. That is a massive percentage. I've been around since 2013, and the percentages have never been anything like this. So there is mass awareness of crypto and NFTs right now. I do think a lot of people want to get in, but they're worried about regulations, what's going on with the economy and stuff. We do need some of this stuff to be cleared up. Once we get to a little bit more stabilized levels, we have regulations in place. Fear is clearing up in the markets. We get some big companies jumping in. We get a Bitcoin spot ETF or something else major. That is when crypto is going to recover pretty huge, in my opinion, and I do think that's possible to happen in Q4. So when exactly that happens, I don't know, but this is why dollar cost average, and I have that entry and exit strategy just so I'm prepared for anything. So pretty interesting data there. That is bullish. This is an interesting thread I do want to go over, but I will do a separate video on this, kind of go over my strategy for bear markets and why it's the best opportunity, and just go over some of these thoughts here also. Great thread that I'll also link in the video description. So just in the top 7 crypto billionaires have lost a combined $114 billion since Bitcoin's all-time high. We got a few notable people here. I'm not sure if this is just on their Bitcoin holdings though, or if this is with their companies as well. So just in, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy Bitcoin investment is now at a $1.26 billion unrealized loss. That means if they sold all their Bitcoin at current market price, they would be down $1.25 billion on that investment. When they started investing, they got some great entry points, but they kept buying very large amounts even during the bull market. I do think that was a mistake, but clearly they saw things continuing to go up, not having a big market crash like this. And I haven't seen them buy any others. I could be wrong. Over the past week with this market crash, they could be running low on funds to invest, but I'm sure they'll come up with more to continue dollar cost averaging and lowering their entry point. If they're able to buy a large amount right now with Bitcoin around $22,000, they could greatly lower that average entry point, which is a great benefit of dollar cost averaging also. So that is a massive loss, probably one of the biggest losses in crypto right now, and Michael Saylor is not worried at all. He shows huge confidence in this. He's planned for anything possible to happen like this. He did a tweet here. He also stated in a video that Bitcoin is either going to $0 or $1 million. So they're looking at this for the very long term. Again, having that long-term approach is so important in this space with how volatile it is. So when MicroStrategy adopted a Bitcoin strategy, it anticipated volatility and structured its balance sheet so that it could continue to hodl through adversity. And this was quote tweeting another tweet stating, MicroStrategy has a $205 million term loan and needs to maintain $410 million as collateral. Master Stock has 115,000 Bitcoin that it can pledge. If the price of Bitcoin falls below $3,500, the company could post some other collateral. So they're not worried here. I did see speculation that they're going to get liquidated around a $20,000 Bitcoin price, but that's not true. He did clear that up here. So that is clearing up some of that fear. There's basically a lot of speculation and fear going around that all of these huge holders are going to start selling and getting liquidated. So Bitcoin will break from stocks and lead the market by Q4, says Mike Novogratz. I definitely agree with that. Right now, the crypto space is somewhat following the stock market, and pretty much the whole economy is just tanking and losing purchasing power, even while inflation is rising and more money is being printed. But that is because of short-term events, the government making some changes to try to combat that inflation. So you have to keep in mind that is also very short-term and temporary, because the governments are going to continue printing fiat currency. They have to. That means inflation will continue to only grow in the long term, and that means purchasing power of fiat currency will continue to go down against cryptocurrencies as long as there's some demand for cryptocurrencies and it has a use case in the long term. It's going to keep going up. So that's why you do have to zoom out and have that long-term approach. So some other news here, Goldman Sachs has started trading a type of derivative tied to Ethereum. We have some other bullish stuff. PayPal CEO says crypto will redefine and be a major part of the financial system. That is huge from the biggest online payment processor, PayPal. They actually just enabled withdrawals from cryptocurrency to external wallets on their platform. Like I said, when PayPal jumped into crypto, they're going to be taking baby steps, making sure they do everything right. But clearly, they're getting into cryptocurrencies in a major way. Having crypto in their platform with hundreds of millions of users is massive. So we have Coinbase laying off 18% of their workforce with the crypto market crash, preparing for crypto winter, not knowing how long it's going to last. They do have to ensure their survival, and I have seen speculation that Coinbase is going bankrupt. All kinds of fear going around in the space really isn't helping, and is making a lot of people panic out of their positions, even at a major loss. So that is very unfortunate. Pretty much all the crypto top companies are doing a lot of layoffs right now, but that's just the way that this goes in the space. When demand rises, they have to hire to meet that demand. When the demand leaves, they do unfortunately have to lay people off to ensure their survivability for the long term. So we got Fed likely to boost interest rates by 3/4 of a point this week. Seeing a lot of speculation and fear around this as well, causing an even further crash. People saying Bitcoin going to 15,000, even down to 10,000, Ethereum dropping to $500 to $700. If this does happen, it's possible that Celsius gets liquidated, triggering other things also. So like I said, things can get worse before they do get better, but hopefully we are in the clear and this ends up being something that doesn't panic the space as much as anticipated. Hopefully the fear is currently priced in, and then we do start seeing a general recovery back up towards a $25,000 to $30,000 Bitcoin and a $1,500 to $2,000 Ethereum. So I'm bullish on the long term, like always, like I've always been preaching on this channel. Having that entry and exit strategy is so important in the space, and making sure you're prepared for anything that happens is extremely important also for your long-term success. So that's it for this crypto market update video. I hope you guys found it useful, and I really hope you're all doing well out there, not letting these markets affect your mental health. If it is, I really do recommend putting your phone down, just focusing on things that will keep you distracted from this. But if you do have that entry and exit strategy, you're probably taking this as a great opportunity for one of the best dollar cost average opportunities. That's just personal opinion though, not financial advice, but I will be dollar cost averaging as I always have been. Very bullish on the long term of crypto and NFTs if you pick the right projects. So that's it for this video. I do recommend following me on Twitter if you want more regular updates at JRNYcrypto. There's a link in the video description also, and there's links to my NFT sets on my Twitter page if you want to check those out. We're building a lot for both of these. hiring constantly. We have a complete rebranding with a big company coming for Journey Club and creating a profile pic set for that will be tied to your pass. So if you sell the profile pic, you're also selling the pass, which I think is interesting and something I haven't really seen done in the space. Also adding a lot of different utility like NFT tools and stuff for the Journey Club pass. So lots of major stuff in the works. We're building for the long term, and we're going to be here in the long term also, only continuing to build even throughout the bear market. So again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I will be doing some more updates here on my strategies and stuff in the upcoming week. So please stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.